Bojas TV.
Hi everyone, I'm Christiana. I'm on Bojas TV, and today I have with me Councilor Chris Kennedy. Councilor Chris Kennedy, can you introduce yourself, who you are, and your responsibilities?
Hello, Christiana. I am Councilor Chris Kennedy. I'm the Cabinet Member for Health in the London Borough of Hackney. And Christiana, as you know very well, I'm also your local councillor here in Hackney Wick Ward.
My first question is, we've just experienced a pandemic, and my question is, how have you supported your residents in Hackney Council? What did you put in place? How have you managed your residents? So we just want to know. We want the viewers to know what is happening how the council has supported us.
Well, Christiana, it's been a very scary and a very strange time for everyone delivering services to the public.
Okay.
As Cabinet Member for Health, I was called into the regular weekly Gold meetings with the Chief Executive at the Council. And actually, if you looked at the Gold priorities, that's what really sent a chill through me when I first saw it, because the first Gold priority is preservation of human life.
Oh, of course it is.
And actually, the first big thing the council did, because the government asked lots of people to shield themselves, not to come out of their homes, the first big thing the council did was to check that everyone who was doing that had some means of getting themselves food.
Wow, that's a big role.
That was a big role. So at the height of the pandemic, the council was delivering 2,000 food parcels a week to individuals who were shielding.
It's amazing.
So that was in the really dark days, I would say, of April and May. As the number of deaths started to go down and the number of cases started to go down and people started to feel slightly more confident, we helped people learn how to shop online. We put people in touch with volunteers who would do shopping for them.
Oh, that's amazing.
And with community and voluntary sector organisations. I've seen you've been involved on your estate here with these amazing groups sprung up, the mutual aid groups.
Thank you, Councillor. Thank you so much.
And that's one of the things, if something good can come out of this bad time, keeping the mutual aid groups is one of the things we would absolutely love to do, because that community spirit of people getting to know each other, helping each other out with little things, surely we want to keep that.
That's what is needed. We need to show love to each other, especially during this pandemic. Okay, my second question is about our children are resuming back to school, because I've got a child that's asthmatic, and I'm a little bit worried returning back to school. So I don't know what the council have put in place for schools in Hackney, because I'm a little bit worried, and I know that some parents out there are a little bit worried. So, Councillor, can you tell us how Council is going to support, or how they've already supported the schools in Hackney?
Okay, well, the first thing to say is that it's entirely natural and understandable to be worried and apprehensive. And I think we all are. And listening to some of the teachers who've started and gone back on the radio, half of them are talking about how wonderful it is to be back with all the children again, and half of them are worrying about whether they can keep the children safe and everything. But we have worked at the council with every single one of the schools. Every single one of them has submitted a risk assessment, and it will be slightly...
That's good.
That's great, and it will be slightly different depending on each building, because entrance sizes are different, corridor sizes are different, classroom sizes are different, and how easy it is to move around a site is different in different schools.
Councillor Chris, why I'm asking you this question is that when I took my son to school on Thursday, the school didn't give us permission to go inside the school and see what has been put in place. So that's why I'm actually asking this question, that some parents would definitely know that, okay, there's something in place for us. So we're a little bit worried that, let's see what is in there, but you're not giving us the permission to go in there. So we don't know what's happening. I think that's why I'm asking you this question again and again.
Okay, I would please be utterly reassured. I think more attention this year has gone into checking that schools are clean, checking that the children wash their hands, checking that there are facilities there that that there's hand sanitizer and everything for them,
Okay.
than at any other return to school ever. And all the schools in Hackney have submitted their risk assessments, shown how they're going to keep the children safe. I think the most reassuring thing I heard on the radio was it is the case that any child returning to school, they're more at risk on the way to school from the things they used to be on at risk of, like crossing the road or being involved in a traffic accident, than they are of catching anything that will do them any sort of lasting harm at school. And I think that's the thing that reassures me the most.
Okay. Do you want to show us anything as well to let us know what has been happening on our Hackney paper?
As it happens, Christiana, and I think that's because you might have seen it yourself. So in the latest edition of Hackney Life, we have asked everyone to provide us with the details of the schools of everything that's going on, so you can pick up a copy of your Hackney Life there at the entrance to some of the supermarkets. If you go to the rear of the town hall and ask the person sitting on the desk for a copy, they'll have some there. Or you can pick them up just by going to your libraries.
Oh, amazing. Okay. So that's good. Okay, Councilor Chris, let me go to the last question, which is, before the pandemic, I've personally seen a lot of people sleeping on the street. They're homeless.
Yeah.
But during the pandemic, I realized that it's been reduced already. You know, it was, I don't know what to say. I was just shocked that, how did they do it? How did they manage to do it? Now it's more of just maybe one person on the street down sleeping on the street. So can you tell the viewers how you've managed to keep the homeless people on the street in?
In Hackney, when the instruction came out from the government, which was described as everybody in, i.e. get all the rough sleepers off the street because they will be particularly at risk during the pandemic. One of the first things we did in Hackney was we block booked the Travelodge at Hackney Central.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So 80 rooms there, and we had about 65 of them at the height of the pandemic, had rough sleepers and homeless who'd been brought in off the streets in those rooms. And actually it was an extraordinary opportunity for the council, because we didn't just provide them with a room, we provided them with hot meals. Hot meals were cooked in the basement.
That must have cost a lot.
Councils have spent a lot more money than government has given them during this pandemic. Councils across the country. And we still are cooking hot meals and delivering them to people in hotels.
That's fantastic.
And as well as food, wraparound services as well. So the addiction services to help people with addictions, help people with who'd had adverse childhood experiences or were suffering post-traumatic stress, because it's terrible and life-shattering events that lead to people having bad addictions that lead to them unable to pay their rent or support a home, and lead to them sleeping on the street. And actually, if you can break some of those habits, help them get themselves back on their feet again. So we are really hopeful that the numbers of rough sleepers will permanently be reduced.
Oh, that's
because
good.
Of all the help we're doing.
That's an amazing job
the council have done. That would be wonderful. But let's make no bones about it. We still need some more money from the government.
Did you hear that? We need some more money. Okay. So the last question, and it's the last question. What advice can you give to viewers out there, or how can you assure them about this pandemic? What assurance can you give to them about this pandemic, or any kind of advice that you can just give to them?
It looks like if we all follow the rules, we should be able to stay on top of this pandemic. And just think of it as the 3 W's. Wash your hands, wear a mask, watch your distance. So if you keep 2 meters, wear a mask when you're in shops and on public transport, and always wash your hands when you come into a new place. The first thing when I arrived here at Christiana's studio, she said, wash your hands. And I said, of course.
It's very important to follow the government rules. So we've come to the end of the question. We've come to the end of the question. So thank you very much, Councilor Chris, for coming. I really appreciate it. So like I said, I have amazing people, an amazing job on Bojas TV. Bye from me now on Bojas TV, Christiana, and see you next time. Thank you very much, Councilor Chris, for coming, and I'll see you next time, you guys. Bye.